With Jujutsu Kaisen seemingly nearing its final stage, let's look back at all the domain expansions that have already been introduced and try to rank them from weakest to strongest. But before that, let's have a brief summary of what a domain expansion is. Domain expansion is considered to be the pinnacle of Jujutsu sorcery. It is considered to be the most supreme technique of any Jujutsu user. It is achieved by expanding one's innate domain with curse energy while using a barrier to construct it inside a separate space. The caster then imbues their curse technique within the barrier to complete the expansion, allowing them to deploy their ability all throughout the domain. Within a domain expansion, the user's curse techniques are improved, and any that are activated are guaranteed to hit. Although it is a very powerful technique, it also requires an immense amount of curse energy to draw. With all that said, we can now proceed with all of the domains. First is Dagons' Horizon of the Captivating Skanda. Although it features a tranquil domain, Dagon possesses the unique ability to conjure Shikagamis within the horizon of the Captivating Skanda that can precisely target and strike his enemies. While Dagon's Horizon may not rank at the top among the most powerful domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen, it remains a formidable and significant force in its own right. Moving on, we have Yorozu's Threefold Affliction. Although we haven't had the opportunity to witness much of her capabilities, she has exhibited a strong command of her curse technique. Her skills revolve around crafting objects such as armor and weapons infused with insect. Yorozu's domain expansion, the Threefold Affliction, is a direct extension of her power, ensuring that her constructed attacks consistently find their mark when her opponents find themselves within its confines. Let's now delve into Hiromi Higuruma's Deadly Sentencing. This domain expansion materializes as a compact courtroom, where those ensnared within its confines must present evidence to prove their innocence regarding the accusations presented against them. What adds to the horror of Hiromi's domain expansion is the element of uncertainty, as even Hiromi himself remains unaware of the exact nature of the punishments his adversaries will face, be it death or the removal of their curse techniques. Moving forward, we come to Naoya Zenin's Time Cell Moon Palace. Naoya's domain expansion was showcased during the culling game when he manifested as a cursed spirit after being defeated by Maki. Within this expansion, all those trapped inside are compelled to move at 24 frames per second, subject to ruthless assaults should they fail to adhere to this constraint. Now, let's turn our attention to the smallpox deity's graveyard domain. Summoned by Kenjaku to fight Mei Mei and her brother. The smallpox deity's domain expansion graveyard domain traps an opponent inside and guarantees an automatic hit for the user. This domain expansion coupled with the deity's gravestone technique can spell death for even the strongest Jujutsu sorcerers. Being inside the domain and trapped by the gravestone technique can fulfill the conditions of the smallpox deity's powers and infect the victim with smallpox, leading to their death. Now, let's explore Megumi Fushiguro's Chimera Shadow Garden. Remarkably, as a second-grade sorcerer, Megumi displayed his impressive ability to create his own domain expansion. While his Chimera Shadow Garden was not yet fully developed and had certain imperfections, with the right approach, it holds the potential to effectively combat special-grade curses. Megumi's skill set suggests that he possesses even greater potential if he can refine and perfect this technique. Let's now discuss Jogo's Coffin of the Iron Curtain. Although its full potential wasn't extensively demonstrated during his battle against Gojo, Jogo's domain expansion remains an exceptionally potent technique. It conjures a massive volcano that instantly incinerates any average target caught within its grasp. When combined with his devastating attacks and the guaranteed hit effect of his domain, Jogo becomes a formidable force to be reckoned with. Moving on to Hakari's Idle Death Gamble, it may be one of the most confusing domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen, but it's undeniably one of the most powerful. Idle Death Gamble takes the shape of a colossal pachinko machine, providing Hakari with various bonuses and attacks based on the outcome of his spins. Achieving a jackpot with this technique grants Hakari a brief window of time during which he gains access to nearly unlimited cursed energy, effectively rendering him invulnerable. Once this period concludes, he can initiate Idle Death Gamble once more, allowing him to continuously cycle through this technique. It's this capacity to endlessly reapply the ability that elevates Idle Death Gamble to one of the most formidable domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen. Let's delve into Mahito's self-embodiment of perfection. Mahito already stands as a more formidable adversary than the typical special-grade cursed spirit, given his unique ability to alter his target's soul through touch. Even before the introduction of his domain expansion, Mahito's natural capability to incapacitate his opponents with a single strike is a remarkable one-hit knockout, amplifying the potency of his domain expansion.
Were it not for Yuji's timely intervention, Mahito's domain expansion would have likely proven fatal even to a formidable grade 1 sorcerer like Nanami. Let's turn our attention to Kenjaku's womb profusion. While Kenjaku hasn't yet revealed the full extent of his domain expansion, the glimpses we've seen have already established it as one of the most unsettling domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen.
Unlike many, womb profusion doesn't appear to rely on a conventional barrier, same as Sukuna's malevolent shrine. The sure-hit attacks it delivers to those within its range carry the full impact of Kenjaku's most potent curse, Uzumaki, further adding to its ominous and formidable nature. Now, let's explore Sukuna's malevolent shrine. As the king of all curses, it's only natural to anticipate that his domain expansion is among the most deadly in the series. The malevolent shrine's unparalleled ability ensures that nothing escapes its relentless onslaught, slashing its targets to pieces until nothing remains but dust within the expansion's effective range. Sukuna employs two distinct slashing attacks, cleave and dismantle, both of which persist until the domain is disengaged or until Sukuna is gravely injured to the point where he can no longer sustain the expansion. Finally, let's now explore Satoru Gojo's unlimited void. As the most powerful sorcerer of the current era, it's no surprise that his domain expansion boasts extraordinary strength. This technique brings both the user and their targets into the limitless itself, a vast void of infinite knowledge. Within this boundless area, an overwhelming influx of raw information floods the minds of the victims, rendering them completely immobilized. Unlimited void is so powerful that it renders even the cursed spirit Jogo in a state of complete paralysis. Alongside self-embodiment of perfection, Nanami called Unlimited Void an almost guaranteed win once it ensnares its target. And there you have it, those are all the domain expansions in Jujutsu Kaisen. If you enjoyed this video, please kindly smash the like button, and if you want to see more of these videos, consider subscribing to the channel. I will be posting daily anime-related videos and shorts on YouTube, so stay tuned.